Hi, I'm Bob Wells, and I'd like to welcome you to the Get Real Show, brought to you by Keystone Partners Group, the show that strips away the myth and mystery around success in the real estate world. Today, I have a very special guest. His name is Jason Gizzi of the Jason Gizzi Team. His area of operation is Media, Pennsylvania. He's a very successful team and a very intriguing guy, so I want to thank and welcome Jason Gizzi to Get Real.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. Thank you so much for driving up. So, why don't we start with you just telling us a little bit about your team and your real estate business as it is today, Jason?
All right, so my team consists of me as the team leader. I have an executive assistant, Laurie Perone, and then I have a buyer's agent, Amanda Lewis, and that's the team, actually. Amanda just came on in January, so she's a newly licensed agent and picking up real estate very fast.
Very good, very good. So how long have you been in real estate?
I've been licensed for 5 years. First 2 years was very part-time. I had another business going at that point in time. I was in construction, glass and glazing business, and just did a couple real estate transactions here and there. So my second year, I did 5 transactions and decided that I wanted to go into a business where if I got up in the morning, I made money. In construction business, the only way you make money is have employees. And in the construction field, getting people up in the morning was weighing a toll on me. So I decided to go full-time real estate, and I'm coming up on my third year. So my first 2 years part-time were with another brokerage, and just had an interview with KPG to go full-time as in real estate. And I'm coming up with my third year. So my second year in real estate, when I had my license, I did 5 transactions. My third year, when I switched over to Keller Williams, I did 49 transactions.
Wow. That's
so a big difference.
10 times increase.
10 times increase,
That's amazing. So what was the big jump there? It's just, again, a full-time commitment.
Full-time commitment was the main part of it. And the second part of it, why I chose Keller Williams and chose KPG, was the training. When I use analogies to explain it to people, I say it's kind of like going under Niagara Falls and trying to drink a glass of water. So there's that much training that's available to you. So training has been huge. And if you know anything about Keller Williams model, it's training, consulting, and education, and then real estate. Absolutely. So that's been huge as far as success.
Great. So tell me what you did maybe in 2015 and what you're hoping to shoot for in terms of goals for 2016.
2015 was, we wrote $10 million. I think we closed right at 8.7. We had some get carry over to 12/16.
Awesome.
2016. So 2016, we're hoping to close out the year probably 16 million.
60% increase.
60% increase, yeah. So we're already at that 49 transaction so they're 6 months into it. So
you're already on track for that increase.
It's close. We closed I think 2.7 million in June alone. So things drastically increased. For one, to training. KPG has some awesome classes. They're always there for support. So
tell me what you did before real estate. I mean, before even glazing, you were a police officer, right?
I did go to police academy, graduated from police academy, touched with that for a very short period of time. It just, the money wasn't there mentally. So for putting your life on the line mentally, for law enforcement, and I was making some good money doing construction, so we just stuck with that. And then that's where I'm at.
And what did you learn in construction that you brought forward? Some of the things that maybe the average beginning agent doesn't already understand or know.
So when you're dealing with construction, you're in a business where you're constantly dealing with people. So that's kind of prepared me for real estate. Dealing with people with contracts, negotiations has been huge as far as bringing that forefront as far as dealing with people to the real estate side of it.
Yeah. So what do you think will be some of your challenges in the coming years? Maybe the next year or 2 or 3 years. What do you see as changing in the real estate industry, and how are you looking at adapting to that, I should say?
The biggest challenge I find is finding talent and driven people, which is one of the greatest things about Keller Williams is they offer programs to find them people. There's career visioning, which just came out, which has had huge success. There's been some other classes before career visioning to help people like myself find talent and either find it or organically grow it. So that's been the challenge thus far, is finding people that want to realize that real estate is a career / business that you can make your own.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of switched my business career at 40 years of age to go into something that, I can create however I want to create it.
Yeah. I remember the Recruit Select program. I've attended it many times personally, as have a lot of the people who've been on the show. And career visioning now is of course an evolution of that. Have you been to that program yet, or are you still?
The first one for the region just started, which was I think a week and a half ago. So I'm signed up for the next one.
Okay, that's the one in Lansdale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Well, tell me some of the other trainings you've done in Keller Williams since you came to Keystone Partners Group that have had an impact on your business growth.
So I look at it both ways as far as training in some of the classes I've taken with KPG and Keller Williams. It's not just real estate based, some of the classes. Some of it has to do with personal growth also. So Tony, which is with KPG also, had a...
Tony Caracasa.
Yeah. So headgear. So it's about to basically preparing your day the day before and preparing mentally. So headgear was a great class as far as, your common real estate agents always running behind. They always got a collage of papers in their driver's, their passenger seat, or, they're always, running late. So that headgear class was mind opening for be prepared ahead of time, and it's helps you with clarity, it helps you with going into the next day, going into appointments. So that headgear class was great. And then I think you teach, I'm not sure if anybody else teaches, but the financial mastery class
that's actually homegrown, unique to Keystone Partners Group, which is financial mastery.
Yeah. So last year I've taken the class, and it helped drastically as far as getting my business financials in order, personal financials in order. So I've taken it again, which was great also. Recently. So with anything, the more you do it, the more you master it. So it's practice, So taking the financial class the second time, it's offered to spouse. So my spouse came this time, and she was like, whoa, like, we need to do this. And I'm like, I know, I told you last year to come to the class. So that's unique with you, and I didn't know that. So that's been great as far as business growth, personal growth. So now in the business side of real estate, I have, P&L, which profit and loss statements in place. Looking at the financial numbers on a not so much monthly basis, but almost on a weekly basis, and sometimes twice a week, which was taught. It's super, super important to watch your numbers, and that came in with the financial class. What
kind of numbers are you looking at in terms of your personal finance that maybe you weren't as focused on before financial mastery?
Well, for one is growth. So taking a portion of your income and putting it aside for future growth. And then the other one is as far as personal. So tax accounts. So when you go through the class, you learn how to automatically distribute a portion of that in a tax account, distribute a portion of it into growth, and then separate spending account. So that spending goes out of your personal spending goes out of one account, so it's easy to track for taxes. It's easy to track for budget. So seeing that all come out of one account, your budget, it's very simple to say, hey, listen, we overspent. Look at this. And so it's been huge as far as personal and marriage also. So you got to understand, when you have a spouse on the other side, how easy it is to communicate when it's black and white. So it's helped marriage too. So
cool.
Good stuff.
Okay, Jason, let's get real about how your shirt changed color so quickly.
Well, as you know, I'm an excitable guy. So being this close to you, I got really excited and was sweating like a champ and had to change it because it got wet.
It's 100 degrees outside, so we're in an interesting experience here in the set today. But anyway, Jason, tell me a little bit more about mindset and what mindset means to you. Some other things, maybe books you read that you feel other people should read to kind of get their head straight about success in real estate.
Well, being perfectly honest with you, I didn't read too much until I started being around the Keller Williams culture. Mindset. I've always had drive and been driven for success and to do things, but coming into real estate and being around KPG, you're around influential people, going to classes like Tony's class, going to your class, you're always offering up valuable information, books to read, podcasts, all kinds of information. So some of the books that were been suggested by some Keller Williams people and going to classes have been huge. The Richest Man in Babylon is in your program. Yeah. 10X, which is Grant Cardone book. Even some of the Tony Robbins stuff that Mike Campo's been suggested was great. So, I do a lot of audio booking on the way to work or in between appointments. So it's been great. It's helping with the mindset.
Okay. Audiobooks. How do you use? What do you use for that? Audible?
Yeah, Audible. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can. I think there's a small fee. I think it's $9.99 a month or something like that. But most of the books you can, if you Google, you can find them online for free and just download them. But it's been great as far as keeping my mindset at the top of my level.
So you've just exchanged the time that you're normally listening to the radio or something for a time that's personal improvement.
Absolutely. So one of the books that was offered at a One Life Fully Lived community event, which is a nonprofit organization, was the Miracle Morning for real estate agents. So I get up in the morning, put my headphones on, I'll clean the house, help my wife out, do around the kitchen for 20 minutes, listen to a positive book, get the mind going in a positive manner. And that's a great book. I suggest it to any real estate agent. Miracle Morning for real estate agents is definitely eye-opening.
Yeah, it's curious. We've heard that book discussed before, The Miracle Morning, but you're the first person that discussed that there is a real estate version of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you do for fun?
Fun. A lot of stuff. So yesterday went canoeing out at Brand New on Outfitters. Before I had 2 children, I used to do a lot of stuff, but for fun, I'm a networker. So one of my biggest success for building my business and learning through Keller Williams is networking. So I love going out to different networking events, social events. My wife's in the business also. She goes with me sometimes. So that's as far as business related for fun. As far as personal, all kinds of stuff. You name it. I love traveling. Anything that gets the heart pumping, I'm into. So
So how does your team play into that? Does it give you some opportunities to do things that you might normally not be able to do?
As far as the team, I engage in the team a lot. Whether it be people that are. So when I think of team, I think of the whole Keller Williams media. So it's very family oriented at Keller Williams media. So we engage in stuff together. So sometimes when I think team, I think the broad team also. So, but I'm always taking my immediate team to different events stuff also. So media, where office is, downtown media is literally 5 minutes away. So lunchtime or once a month or something like that, we'll go go into media and spend a couple hours talking about the business and how we're growing, where we're going to get growth from, how we're going to leverage. So getting the team engaged is fun also.